This is really a great book, everybody. Confessions of an Economic Hitman by John Perkins. I'm particularly reading you can't read it, the chapter entitled Indonesia, Lessons for an Economic Hitman between 1968 and 1972. And my father took me there for 6 months when he was working for Charles T. Main. I'll say it, I'm pretty displeased with Serge Bromwich, the Netherlands and Belgium, because my father said the Netherlands was going to take out a hit and Serge Bromwich was going to shoot me and Jeremy Paxman. But one of the disadvantages of being in Indonesia in 1970 and 1972 as a 7-year-old was everyone called me a little Dutch girl because it was imperialized by the Dutch. And wherever I went, they threw tomatoes at me, they threw bananas at me, they threw fruit at me, they threw all kinds of things at me, and they called me Little Dutch Girl because they hated the Dutch in Indonesia, and I found it extremely hard to make friends. I finally found a group of really rich Indonesians that weren't servants my mother allowed me to play with. They were the daughters and sons of the elites, and I was allowed to play with them, and they taught me Indonesian. I used to know Indonesian, as a matter of fact. I don't remember it anymore, but I bet it would come back to me real quick if I needed to. But I was defiant, and my mom said it was like a sin to go play with the servants' children. No one plays with the servants' children because I had servants in Indonesia. I had servants to get me my pants, get me my breakfast, to get me whatever I wanted. We had a servant called Toyep, and my dad used to call him Toyep, the faithful manservant. And I was shocked that I actually had servants in Indonesia, and he used to do everything for me. But one of the servants had a daughter named Tanya, and I wanted to play with her. And my mom said, "No, it's not allowed. It would be shocking for you to play with a servant's child." So I went in the backyard and I played with the servant's child anyway, and you can't really see it. But on my finger, I wanted to play with the servants' children, and I got cut with a chainsaw, and my dad had to rush me to an Indonesian hospital. And I found out it was very difficult because my hand was really bleeding, but they took people on account of how injured they were, like they do here, and I waited like hours with it wrapped up and bleeding, and then they gave me a shot of something for some strain of tuberculosis, and I don't even know what that is. You'd have to ask my father, but he's not talking, so